Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us, and welcome to the Granite Group Virtual Showcase Press On. My name is Mike Mullaney. I'm Vice President of Relationship here at the Granite Group. And for those of you that do know me out there, please do not be concerned. I will not be touching or demonstrating any of the tools tonight. So I appreciate your concern and for my safety and my health. Let's go on with the show. Okay. We have a tremendous audience, a tremendous lineup for you tonight. We're going to be having the Milwaukee Tool Company here tonight, introducing you everything that's going on in the press world, expansion world, and everything that's new with Milwaukee Tool. They always have great stuff. We're going to introduce you to the Milwaukee Streamline Company. You already know who they are. You're already using their copper fittings, their black fittings, their coils, as well as their line sets. Now we're going to get into the ACR fittings with them, and we'll do some demonstrations and meet them tonight. But first off, we wanted to let you know all about the different things that are going on along the way. We have prizes for you tonight. We're going to have 3 drawings live at the end of the presentation. We've got a 4-page special that will be kind of hinting at and showing you along the way some of the tools that will be featured. Everyone on the Zoom tonight will be receiving an attendance gift, compliments of the Milwaukee Tool Company, a great umbrella that they have for us. Without further ado, let me introduce you to our first presenters for the evening. We have Tom Keefe and Erica Levasseur, and they are from the Viega company. And what do we got new in the world of Viega? There's always something out there.
Always something.
Hi, everybody. My name is Tom Keefe. I'm the district sales manager for Viega LLC. My territory consists of New Hampshire and Maine. I want to thank you all for attending tonight. Thank you, everybody, for stopping in and viewing this. This is a pretty decent lineup tonight. I think you'll like it. We're going to try a few things tonight that haven't been done. We are doing a lot of virtual combination trainings as a district manager. We go out and do credential trainings for everybody. And we bring in the virtual training department, and they do a lot of these bend tests. And some of you may have seen it already, but tonight we're going to do a comparison that hasn't been done with threaded and a megapress gas connection. Just want to say again, thank you to everybody, and thank you to the Granite Group, who is just a partner with all Viega products, from copper ProPress 1/2 inch through 4 inch to the full line of megapress 1/2 inch through 4 megapress gas. Tonight, with the limited time that we have, we're going to work on megapress. We're going to go over the different megapress options, and we're going to cover the branch connectors. So now I'll pass it off to Erica.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining us. My name is Erica Levasseur. I'm a technical consultant for Viega. I run in-person and virtual trainings all day, every day. So tonight we're going to talk about megapress. It's going to be our iron pipe size fitting. So you might be familiar with ProPress, which is going to be our copper tube size system. Now we're going to talk about the iron pipe size. So we do have it in stainless, 304 and 316, all the way up to 4 inches. But we're really going to concentrate on our carbon steel line tonight, because there's a lot of different sealing elements and there's a lot of different applications that we can be used for. So first, we're going to start out with our Epdm sealing element. That's going to be our standard megapress fitting. It's going to have that green dot on there. It's going to be available from 1/2 inch all the way up to 2 inch. This is going to have a temperature range of 0 to 250 degrees. Has a working PSI of 200. It's really great for our hydronics, our chilled water systems with glycol up to 50%, our vacuum applications, compressed air with a low oil content, and steam up to 5 pounds. Then we're going to move on to megapress FKM. This is going to be our white dot fitting, has that FKM sealing element in there. This has a temperature range of 14 to 284 degrees and can withstand spikes in temperature for 24 hours up to 356 degrees. Awesome for solar applications. This can also do everything the green dot can do, but this one can do steam all the way up to 15 pounds, and this one can go all the way up to 4 inches. So any hydronics or steam application above 2 inches, we're automatically switching to megapress FKM. Then megapress gas. This one now goes all the way up to 4 inches as well. So this is going to be our yellow dot. It's going to come in a yellow bag, even has a yellow sealing element in there to make sure that we're using the correct application with the correct fitting. So it's going to have a working PSI of 125 pounds for fuel gas, natural gas, and propane. Has a temperature range of -40 to 180 degrees. Now, these have a unique feature, in addition to the dot telling you what sealing elements inside, it also is going to represent that we have Smart Connect technology. So that's going to be unique to Viega. So we have it in ProPress, we have it in MegaPress as well. So we want you to do a low pressure step test before you start to commission your system. And we're able to identify 100% of the time if you forgot to make a press. So we want you to do that around 30 PSI for air or water. It's going to fall within both of our ranges. And this is built in to identify, so start trickling out that water or whistling out that air and let you know if you forgot to make a press. And what's great about press technology is you can press it live. So you're never going to get any callbacks. You're never going to get false positive with Viega. So I'm going to hand this over to Tom, and he's going to show you how to make a proper installation with MegaPress.
So with MegaPress gas, the prep work, no matter what size you're dealing with, 1/2 inch right up to 4 inch, is identical. So the first thing we're going to do is we want to start with a clean cut. And you can get there anyway. It doesn't matter how you get there. It's got a lot of people are using band saws, pipe wrenches, pipe cutters. Some other companies are making chop saws with a carbide bit that cut through black iron really well. But just give me as straight as cut as you can, okay? And then the second step would be to take an inside-outside reamer and just make sure that you're reaming the inside of the pipe. And this actually just turns around and does the outside of the pipe too. For us, the outside of the pipe is important because as I'm putting the fitting in, I don't want to damage the sealing element inside the fitting as I'm going through. So I don't want any jagged edges on the pipe. So you look at a fitting, you make sure it's clean, no dirt and debris inside. There are 3 pieces in here. There's a grip ring, stainless steel grip ring, 420, a stainless steel separator, and then the seal element. In this particular fitting, I'm using as a MegaPress gas fitting. The gas fitting is the only fitting of the 3. So we have MegaPress green, we have MegaPress FKM, we have MegaPress gas, the yellow. The gas is the only, it's approved for natural gas and propane applications. We soon will be doing an oil vent and fill with the same fitting as well. We will have that hopefully within the first of next year for that approval. But this fitting is listed, CSA stamped for natural gas and propane applications. Okay, so we have a straight cut, we have reamed and deburred. Third step would be to take emery cloth. Now this is one of the more important steps. And I will tell you, anything that I've seen as far as a leak happen in MegaPress was only a result of the customer or the installer not doing this one step. And basically removing the lacquer that's on the pipeline. If you were to see a piece of pipe that did not have the lacquer removed, it almost looks like the surface of the moon at 30 times magnification. So the one issue that I did have with this, I sent a fitting in to have it tested. And what ended up happening is they did not use the lacquer step. And when I got the pictures back, it was really rough. So I haven't had one issue in MegaPress with that if they complete this step by removing the lacquer. Okay, this is the foolproof way to do this. The next step would be to just make sure that anytime you use emery cloth, you get a rag and remove that dirt. That's a dirt. That dust is a debris that I don't want inside the fitting as well. Okay, so that's being said. So what we do is we take a fitting, and 3/4 is what I'm using here. Every 3/4 fitting has the same insertion depth. So I will put that fitting on the bottom it out, make sure I hear that bottom out sound. And what we ask for is to make a mark on the pipe. So, and this is important for this step because you guys are going to see something happen to this fitting, and I want to show you how this fitting stays on when we kind of do some tricks with it here. So this is to make sure that there's full insertion depth. This gives me leverage. This gives me the strength. When I make this press, I have a 600-pound testable pressure if I do it hydraulically and 200 PSI testing pressure if I do it with air, okay? So next step would be to take, I have everything prepped up, ready to go. I insert the fitting all the way. I take my tool, and this is the Milwaukee M12 with a black iron jaw set. She slides over like so, and in sizes from 1/2 inch right up to 2 inch. It takes one press with the trigger to make that happen. And that's done. There's no threading, there's no oil, there's no debris everywhere, there's no oil on the floor. So this is a very fast, this is at least 60% faster than doing a threaded application. So I've taken this and I have prepped up the second one for time's sake here. So I'll just insert that. And I'll make the second press here. So there you go. There's a fitting completely done. 3/4 inch black iron pipe gas fitting. So let's move these together. Oh yeah. Now we're going to do this one little bend test now. And this is something that's kind of unique to Viega's version of press. When you, let's just say I'm not satisfied. I wanted this to be vertical. And I go down and I press a few fittings on this side and all of a sudden I'm just off a little bit. Well, I can take this. I can put a pipe wrench. You don't want to put a pipe wrench on our fittings at all, but you do use leverage of the pipe. And basically you can take this and you can maneuver this after it has been pressed to get in a position where you want it to be. So if I needed that to be, I mean, it's not an airplane. We're not starting an airplane by trying to spin it around or anything like that. But if you're doing a couple of presses off to the left and your vertical line is just not, you're off a few degrees, you can certainly take it and just maneuver it back into a straight position. Now, what we ask after you've moved Mega Press is that you do take the gun and repress the fitting again. What you're doing here is you are resetting the grip ring. So any of the fittings that have moved, we do ask that you put the tool. The only time you're going to be doing this is when you're roughing out, you have the tool with you, just make sure if you move anything into position to make it look pretty, that you just take the tool and repress it. What you're doing is resetting that grip ring. And that's basically a press in a nutshell. Now, this particular test that we're going to do is somewhat, this will be the first time we've pretty much done this in tandem. Now, Erica does this quite a bit on about 10 times a day.
It's called working out.
So,
So what's the real question? How durable is it, right? That's the question we always want to know. So is it more durable than any kind of traditional method? My welding, my threading? Well, we actually are third-party tested for seismic rating. We can withstand a 9.2 earthquake. We're that durable. We're always going to be the strongest point of any system, both our Pro Press and our Mega Press. So just test it out. We already know that when we thread schedule 40, we thread it down to a actual schedule 10, making this the weakest part of any connection. So let's simulate, how about a forklift hitting these? Want to do that?
yeah.
Let's see how strong he is. Ready? Every single time.
So the threaded connection has snapped, which we expected it to.
And ours is going to hold. I can pressure test that all the way up to 600 PSI, and it's not going to leak on me. And we do it all the time.
Now, that is not a complete fitting anymore. Yes, we would want to replace this fitting, but we could do it like a gentleman now. We don't have to run all over the place because everything's on fire. This fitting is definitely compromised. But now I have the ability to go back to my truck, get the tool, get the fitting, shut the gas off, and do it properly, and not a big rush and have an emergency situation going on like we would have in a threaded application like that. I mean, that's extreme. There's nothing weak about threaded connections, but when you compare them side by side like this, and that's really the first time we've ever done that live with two at the same time. That does show you the strength of the Mega Press.
Cool. So let's talk about tooling. So obviously you need press tools to be able to press our fittings. We know that. There's lots of different options for you. So you want to figure out, what are your size potentials? What are you planning on doing? Can you be doing bigger sizes in the future? We want to make sure we set you up for success. So they're going to be compact tools. Compact tools will be able to do all the way up to 1.25 inches for our Pro Press. They do all the way up to 1 inch for our Mega Press, and they do all the way up to 1.5 inches for our PEX. Then we're going to talk about standard tools. Standard tools are going to be able to do all the way up to 2 inches for Mega Press. They go all the way up to 4 inches for Pro Press and 2 inches for PEX. What about XL? We obviously need to get all the way up to 4 inches for our Mega Press. So they came out with a few different versions. They came out with a long throw. This is the Milwaukee M18 long throw right here with our Z3 actuator from Viega. And then we also have our booster. So this one right here is going to be the booster with the RP350 from Rigid. So this booster is going to be a 2 trigger press pull, whereas my long throw that I'm going to demonstrate is going to be 1 long press. So I don't have to wait 3 seconds in between the presses. So we're going to show you a demonstration. Tom and I are both going to take one of these tools. We're going to show you how they work. So I want everyone to write in the comments who looks cooler with their press tool. So we're going to need.
So let's show you this first of all. So you know that these are brand new fittings. Now I have prepped up everything and marked all the fittings and the piping, I'm sorry. So we have everything ready to go. Okay, and then we have actuator number 1. These are both 2.5-inch actuators that we are going to put on here. Now,
So both of these are going to pivot. We're not going to have to go straight on with the tools. But like I said, he's going to do 2 trigger pulls with 3 seconds in between. I'm going to do 1 long pull. Ready?
yeah. So I have to wait 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. What ends up happening, this tool is built for 7,200 foot-pounds. This doubles it up to 13,000, which a long throw is capable of doing. Rigid also makes a 342 tool as a long throw as well, but this is allowing you to use standard 350 tool with a second press is required. After the second press, I am good to go.
Perfect. So while Tom gets set up, we're going to talk about the branching connector. This is going to be our newest fitting for the Mega Press line. This is going to be a way to put a 3/4-inch female thread into schedule 10 or schedule 40 pipe, 1.5 to 6 inches, skipping over 5. So I know you're all excited, but no, it's not approved for gas. So that's something to come. This is going to be really great for compressed airlines. It's really great for steam and hydronic situations. So the branching connector does have to be ordered based off of what schedule, so schedule 10 or schedule 40, what sealing element, so white dot or our green dot, and then also what size the pipe is. So the curvature is going to change. So Tom's going to demonstrate. Basically, he's going to use any of the standard tools with the rigid kit to do this, and it's going to pull the cage into the ID of the actual pipe. So the inside diameter is going to be pulled in about 4 seconds.
Okay, so the kit comes with several different pieces here. This is the apparatus that makes the drill hole. So I'm not going to do, I've done this already previously for you for time's sake. This clips on just like almost like a chain cutter, and you use right here. You tighten this up with a wrench, right? And then what you do is you hook up, and I have this little adapter to go to a wet vac. You will insert a wet vac into and when I'm drilling the hole, I have my little drill, Milwaukee drill here, and I will come right through here. And there's a slide in here. It's one shot, so it's a 1 11/16 hole. It drills right through, and I have my wet vac going, and all of the debris, when you're doing this, all of the debris is taken up through your wet vac. Okay, so you don't have any, most of the applications that I've done this with have been finished installs where I have a pump and I have a gauge, and the customer is looking for either a drain or a gauge or something like that in an existing system. So it's real important to keep the debris out of that system. It's a live, basically it was a live system. They've shut down to allow us to do this tapping. Okay, so this drills right through, and you bring that out. You remove this. All right. And then there is
Right here.
oh, missing. All right, thank you. All right, so basically we take and you do have to buy this as a 2-inch pipe. You have to buy the correct product for it because it tapers off. And I put on this ring on it. Flips into place. There we go. All right, and then it's just a tool, place, turn on, and it's one shot. Pull out. The trigger of that action, I'll show you again so you can see what happens. You're just squeezing that cage by using that trigger. That's all that happens. I remove this, and essentially what I've got there is, we'll take a look at a cutaway here. I have swished the back of this cage in, and now I have a sealed connection. Press, same temperature ratings. If this particular one was an FKM, so it will do up to 356-degree temperature. Steam applications up to 15 PSI. The only thing I would say about this is when we're doing a lot of these jobs, it's on bigger pipes, so just make sure that we are checking what kind of additives might be in that system, so we choose the correct version of this fitting so that it works with the additives that are in that system. And that will pass it off to.
Okay, so thank you so much for joining us. So Viega Awards is a fantastic program. If you are purchasing anything from Viega, then you definitely want to be taking that picture of the receipt that you get from Granite Group that has anything Viega on it. Send it in to us. You get points. The points don't expire. You can be buying things with your points like Yeti coolers, gas grills. You can be getting Milwaukee tools with your points. It's really awesome. So make sure you're signing up for that. Sign up for it. The link is right on that screen right there, completely free. And then if you want to learn more about anything, the link right there, training online at viega.us, or you can fill out the form yourself. Just make sure that you write in the notes section that you got this idea from the Granite Group experience. And we look forward to training you on anything tooling or anything Viega. So with that being said, we're going to pass this off to Mueller Streamline with Seth and Brian.
Thanks, Erica and Tom. We really appreciate it. My name is Seth Richard. I am the Mueller Streamline Territory Sales Representative for New England. I work with the Granite Group.
I'm Brian Miller. I'm the HVAC Operations Manager for the Granite Group.
And we also have someone tapping in virtually today. Her name is Ashley Lupo, and she is the product engineer for this fitting. She's based out of Memphis, Tennessee, but she is tapped in to be able to answer any questions you guys have. Just type them in the chat, and she'll be prompt to answer anything you guys got. We are here to talk about our new Acr press fitting that Granite Group is bringing into stock. Here it is.
For those of you that don't know, Mueller and Granite Group have a long-standing relationship. If you've ever purchased a line set or ACR tubing or plumbing fittings from the Granite Group, any kind of copper whatsoever, it was most likely a Mueller part, tubing, fitting, whatever. We've been working with Mueller for a really long time. Why don't you tell us a bit about the new ACR line and how it all works and how it's going to help?
Yeah, everyone, let's get into some of the features and benefits and the reasons why you should choose this fitting. The first reason is we have a dual O-ring design where we have think of it as a primary seal and a secondary seal. In between, we have what we call the trap zone. So essentially what happens is if, God forbid, there's ever a leak through the primary seal, it gets caught in our trap zone, loses pressure, and cannot escape through the secondary seal. Our O-rings are a HMBR O-ring. And Brian has one here. I don't know if you can totally tell, but it's an engineered O-ring with two 360-degree lips that go around. What this does is as it's pressed, it allows for 200% more surface area along the tubing. And when you're dealing with high pressure, small molecule refrigerants, you want the best O-ring you can get. So another thing about our fittings is we can show the 3/8 here, is it's the same lay lengths that you're used to with regular brazed ACR fittings. They're not, they're long radius 90s. They're not long or short radius, or you're not going to do anything like that. It's the tried and true lay lengths that you've always been used to. And if Brian wants to talk about the poly bags and how they're sold.
So Mueller fittings come pre-bagged because, again, they're ACR fittings. So we want to keep them dust-free and debris-free. It's a resealable bag. They're packaged no more than 5 to a bag, so you don't have to buy a huge quantity to keep them on the truck and risk getting them dirty or damaged in transit.
Yeah. And another thing I want to mention too about the lay lengths. On our website, MuellerStreamline.com, we have CAD and BIM modeling available. So you can download the files directly from our website and dump it into your system if need be. Another thing too about the fittings is we are a hard copper construction. So it's a hard fitting. You can drop it on the job site. It's more resilient. It's going to be ready for the next press no matter what. Another thing too is on our fittings, unlike some things that are out there, we have a full 360-degree press. This is a fitting that I've already made a connection on. But as you can see, it's a full 360-degree contour around the entire circumference of the fitting. What that does is it creates a trusted and secure connection for every press that you make. Another thing as well is this fitting we offer, it always has a blue stamp on it so you can decipher it from any of the low pressure press fittings you have on the job site. And it comes with a 10-year warranty. So we value ourselves because we manufacture ACR tubing, line sets that you use in the marketplace every day, and you can use this fitting directly with that, and it creates a full system that falls under the 10-year warranty. Another thing that we can talk about is the offering. We offer 1/4 through 1 1/8 of all different configurations, whether it be long radius 90s, long radius street 90s, T's, caps, reducing couplings, and we also have press by flare adapters. I'm sorry. And we also just came out with a couple months ago that Granite also has availability of is multi-split ball valves, which you can, the ball valves have a street connection on them. So you can literally run the line, run a coupling, and then press the coupling right onto the ball valve. It's a nice little feature. Some of the approved applications that we have are air conditioning, heat pumps, VRV and VRF systems, light commercial refrigeration, non-potable water, and ethylene glycol. We also have a list. As you guys know, refrigerants are changing almost daily. So we are approved, any refrigerant you can think of other than R22, we are approved for.
But one side note about that is it is approved for a lot of the drop-in refrigerants for R22, even though it is not approved for R22 itself.
Yeah. And now let's talk about tooling. So
video.
Oh yeah. Sorry guys, it's a live show. We get all jumbled up, but there's some operating parameters. This fitting is rated to 700 PSI, continuous pressure. It's UL listed. It's also continuous operating temperature of 40 below to 250 degrees Fahrenheit. We will take you over to a video that we shot in our testing facility in Covington, Tennessee, where we tried to blow up one of these fittings.
Today we are at the Mueller Streamline Flow Lab, pressure testing our new ACR press fittings. Here's the Mueller logo. This is size 7/8, and here's the ACR logo. We're just gonna close this lid, lock it down. Pressure starting at about 46. And here we go. We just hit 700, which they're rated for. We got up to 4,566 PSI.
Hey guys, welcome back. I promised no one was hurt during that video. Now let's get into tooling. So Mueller has partnered up with Milwaukee to create a proprietary set of jaws for our press fitting. As you can tell, there is a dual O-ring design, so it requires a special set of jaws. We have the jaws here, it just cinches right in there, just like that. And one thing that's about these jaws, due to the hard copper construction and the full 360-degree press of this fitting, it does require a large tool. So you have to use an M18 or equivalent. However, these jaws are compatible with any large tool on the market, whether it be the M18 rigids compatible tool or what you may have. One of the things that's nifty about these is we can just show this here. On the back of, so as Brian stated earlier, this is how the fittings come. On the back of each bag has installation instructions for tube prep that is required. I don't want to bore you guys with that. So I've taken some of these earlier and I prepped the tube. I've cut it. I've deburred the ID and the OD, whacked it with the sand claw. And essentially what you want to do, each toolkit's going to come with this gauge. What this has here is it has, you got, depending on the diameter of the tube, you got 1/4, 3/8, all the way down the line. You stick the tube in here. We're working with 3/8 here. As you can see, it comes with 3/8. Brian, you just want to mark that for me right there? Yeah, you make a line right there. And then what you want to do is when you put the fitting, each coupling has a stop in it. So you're going to bottom it out no matter what. It does have a dual O-ring. So it does, as you put it in, you want to give it a little twist to put it in. You want to bury that coupling and then bring it right to the line that you made earlier. What you want to do too is then you take your tool, make sure there's no debris or anything within the jaws. Put your fitting in there, and then you press the trigger. And there you go. One thing too is there are 4 O-rings. However, it is 1 press of the trigger per side. We will press both O-rings with 1 press, with 1 pull of the trigger. And with that, I will take it over to our partners in Milwaukee, Jared and Andrew. I stole this tool from earlier, so maybe they'll like to have it back.
Thank you, Seth.
Thank you,
Appreciate
guys.
it. A true partnership. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. You heard some great presentations from Viega and from Mueller. And now we're going to jump into Milwaukee Tool and some of the solutions that we offer as well. My name is Jared Buckley. I'm the dedicated Milwaukee rep for Granite Group, joined here by Andrew Budelman. And we also have an agent amongst you guys in the comment section. Mike Marcasciano is with us live, and he's going to be answering any questions that you have as we go through the presentation. So please feel free to drop any questions in the comments, and Mike is going to do his best to type furiously and get back to everybody. So with that, I will stay on the theme of press. I'm going to pass this off to Andrew, and he's going to run us through some of our press solutions.
Just to hear from some of you about how excited you are in the comments, can we get a shot of his sneakers? Look at those things. Tell us what you think. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we can look you guys up with some. I don't know. Let's figure it out. All right. Thank you, everyone. My name's Andrew. I'm a local technology specialist with Milwaukee Tool. I'm local here to New England, so I can help you out with any questions that you have on this. Again, like Jared said, shoot it over into the chat and we can get any questions answered for you. But just wanted to run you through some of our press solutions. I know many of you are pressing already and probably have a few of these tools, a number of different jaws. But for those of you that have not dipped into the press realm, I'd like to just go through a little bit of our tooling. So you see, if service is your everyday, then our M12 Force Logic press tool is going to be your hero tool. So we really created the M12 line for the service side, whether it be press tools or PEX expanders or lasers or whatever we might offer. We've got well over 180 different solutions on the M12 platform alone to be able to tackle any of that. So we've got this tool here can handle anything from 1/2 to 1.25" copper, 1/2 through 1/2 and 3/4 black iron that we have jaws for. And then we can also handle PEX sizes as well. So for all you service guys out there, this M12 Force Logic press tool is going to be your best. Stepping up from that, if install is more of what you guys do, then our M18 Force Logic press tool is going to be the best solution for you. So this guy right here can handle anything from a 1/2 through 4" copper press, 1/2 through 2" black iron, stainless steel, PEX, and now ACR jaws. This guy is definitely going to be your do just about everything press tool right here. Inline design, so anywhere you can get your arm, you can get this tool. A fantastic tool for the installer. Now, if you're the type of guy that may do a little bit of service, may do anything up to a 4" black iron press, we have yet another solution for you in our M18 Force Logic long throw press tool. So many of you have our standard tool and have heard of the long throw, but don't know a ton about it. I'm going to do a quick walk through the tool for you guys. Essentially, it's basically the exact same profile as our standard tool. However, you are going to see a much longer neck here on this tool. So I'm just going to take off that ring jaw real quick and walk you through the basics of what we got here. So first and foremost, yes, we heard you. You wanted a swivel. We gave you a swivel. So this M18 Force Logic tool, long throw, does swivel for you. You're going to see some different features here, though. You've got this collet that slides up and down. You've got this dial here. So what's going on with this tool? So it's going to operate exactly like your standard M18 tool, but giving you the ability to not have to wait for that long throw travel for if you wanted to just do a 1/2-inch copper press. Basically, what we're able to do for you here is just by cycling the tool, you're going to see the carriage come right past this pin, and that pin's going to drop into place. When you let go, the carriage is now going to sit halfway up that tool. So now if you just need to do your 1/2-inch copper press, or maybe just a 3/4 inch black iron press, the travel of that ram is much shorter, being able to complete that in the standard time that you're used to with our regular standard press tool. Now, if you needed to take that off and go to a 4-inch steel press, you're simply going to want to pull out this pin and twist it. And that allows that carriage to drop right back down into the tool. You're going to want your ring jaw too. And that's what's going to enable that. The ring jaw is going to go into the tool here and allow that full travel to be able to complete that 2.5 to 4-inch black iron press. Now, this collet here is simply to save your fingers. So if you are doing a shorter throw, we don't want your fingers getting in there with the ram. You can just slide that up to stay safe. Safety is a big component of what we do. We'll want to make sure we incorporated some safety mechanisms as well. So that's a quick run through of the long throw press tool. Again, throw any questions, comments into the chat. Mike would be happy to address those for you or follow up after the call. But we are psyched to be able to deliver our brand new ACR jaws, partnering with Mueller to be able to deliver that press solution and expand into the variety of different materials that you guys are looking to press today. So we've got a kit set up here. It's got all the way from 1/4 inch all the way to 7/8. We do have an 1 1/8 jaw available as well. We made that almost like an accessory jaw to be able to add if you had that job coming up. So we want to provide you with the most common press applications and keeping your costs as low as possible. Each kit, as was mentioned, is going to come with that go, no-go gauge. Very simple to understand guide here. So that's going to sit right here in the kit at all times. That's kind of it for press that I wanted to walk you guys through. Again, if you have questions, shout them out in the chat. But I'm going to pass things over to Jared so he can tell you a little bit more about our tubing connection solutions.
Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate it. So we just talked press. Let's talk expansion. Many of you may see this tool as familiar here. This is a brand new version of our M12 Pex Expander. What we've done with this iteration is we brought it to our fuel lineup. For those of you who are familiar, you know that is a brushless motor, and that's going to equal more power and better battery life as well. It's the best of both worlds, and it's really a great upgrade for this tool. On 1-inch connections, you're going to fly through those, and overall, you're going to get 65% faster expansions with this tool here. So we've upgraded this, again, to a brushless motor. It's also going to come with our rapid seal heads. These rapid seal heads will come with the tool, even if it's only purchased as a bare tool without batteries or not as a kit. So you'll have the ability to use these new rapid seal heads, again, just increasing your productivity on the job site. Now, we also have heads that worked with our previous model that go up to 1 inch for this PEX expander. You can still use those heads. So if you do want to just pick up the tool and you don't happen to have these rapid seal heads around, you are able to use those in conjunction with this tool here. So this tool will be out. Keep a lookout for this on our flyer. We're going to have a special around this tool. So keep an eye out. And again, pick this up if you're looking to save some time when you're expanding press or expanding PEX, excuse me. So we talked press, we talked expansion. Let's switch gears here, jump into hand tools and safety quickly. So for those of you who aren't aware, Milwaukee is now offering a full lineup of PPE solutions. And of course, we had to innovate in this space as we do with all of our power tools. So features you'll see like our detachable headlamp clip on our hard hat here, or with our safety vests, you'll see you'll have a large /XL option, meaning that this vest is actually expandable. So whether it's putting on a little weight or putting on a sweatshirt for the winter, you're able to keep the same safety vest and expand it into 2 different sizes. We also have a full lineup of safety glasses, cut-resistant gloves, as well as hearing protection. And we're going to continue to expand this product category moving forward. Now, Andrew, I know we've had a lot of innovation with our pipe wrenches hand tool category over the last couple of years here. Nice light 10L aluminum cheater. That went very well. Andrew can speak to this a bit more, but what we really wanted to focus on is our cheater lineup. You've seen our steel cheater pipe wrench. Now we've actually added an aluminum version as well to give you a lighter weight option.
Yeah, thanks, Jared. So Jared touched on a couple of things. So safety and innovation are 2 things that Milwaukee is absolutely considering whenever we put together any kind of solution, whether that be a power tool, hand tool, accessory. We're very mindful of safety and innovation. We don't want to just come out with something just because, everyone else has it and, just come out with something that's not new, not fresh, not solving any kind of problem. So what Jared alluded to here with our 10L, this is basically, think of it as a 10-inch wrench with a long power length handle. Now, as you can see, with a 10-inch wrench, you get a much narrower head that can fit into a lot more spaces, but you have a long power length handle. So if you're a sprinkler fitter, this is going to be your best friend. You can get into those tight spots, but still have the leverage to complete that application, no problem. Not to mention, this has got to be the lightest pipe wrench on the planet. This thing's awesome. So cool innovation there, something that we just see from guys in the field, taking what you guys are doing to innovate in the field yourselves and just delivering a safer product, essentially, that's built in, it's tested, and you don't have to worry about sliding another piece of pipe over the end of your pipe wrench to get that additional leverage. We got you covered. So a lot of you are familiar with our steel cheater pipe wrench that we first came out with a few years ago with a threaded handle to be able to adapt based on the leverage that your application needs. So a lot of you complained and said, well, I wouldn't say complained, but steel's heavy, right? So why not have an aluminum? So we took that feedback. A lot of people said they want to see a telescoping handle as well. So happy to deliver that for you guys. So our aluminum cheater wrench, brand new product, is shipping now. Comes with a telescoping handle to be able to adjust based on the leverage you need. If you want to get rid of that handle, no sweat, pull it out, twist it. You can remove that handle. Essentially, now you got yourself a 10-inch wrench and get in those compact spaces, whatever you might need. So, delivering that safe solution because you have a solid wrench here. You're not sliding another piece of pipe on that's not meant or, could slip off, cause an injury. But also delivering some of that innovation that you guys have been, you guys really invented this a long time ago. We just came to market with a solution to make sure that we're delivering that safety component for you. So again, Milwaukee's not just a power tool company. We have a full line of hand tools, PPE, safety solutions, various hand tools, accessories, whether it be bits for your rotary hammer or multi-tool blades, you name it, Milwaukee's looking to deliver that solution for you. We're glad to be partners with Granite Group. Any of these solutions that you guys see here or you might find on our website, you can definitely get that ordered up through Granite Group. But one other really exciting category that we're excited to talk about, I'm going to pass you back over to Jared, is our MX line. Jared.
Thanks, Andrew. Appreciate it. What I have here is our MX Fuel battery. Yes, this is a battery. Milwaukee has come a long way since 2008 with our M18 and M12 battery lineups. I think we're at 250 plus tools now for M18 and we're approaching 200 with M12. So we're continuing to innovate and we wanted to take it a step further. MX Fuel is our answer to tools that are still relying on gas or still relying on cords for power, right? So this battery platform is going to allow you to cut the cord, allow you to lose the emissions on a lot of the common gas and corded tools that you're using. And really, again, make you more productive and safe, which is the Milwaukee message that we look to build into every tool. So let's walk through a couple of the tools in the MX Fuel lineup here. So starting here, we have our MX Fuel core drill. This core drill has the option to come with a stand or without as its own handheld unit, and it's going to have a capacity to do up to 6-inch holes. Now for runtime, if you're looking to do 3-inch holes, this kit is going to come with 2 batteries, and you're going to be able to get close to a dozen holes done, dozen 3-inch holes done with those 2 batteries. Now, again, we're talking about that safety message with Milwaukee. So one of the innovative features that we've built into this tool, and as you can see, when I want to turn this on, I don't need power. I simply press a button and it's activated, right? Now, if you're handheld coring, or if you ever have cored with a handheld core drill, it's dangerous, it's scary. So what we've built into this tool is a feature that will stop the tool from rotating if it does bind up. So I'll simulate that by twisting the tool quickly here. You can see that tool is completely shut off. My finger is still holding the trigger down, but the tool felt that dangerous application and cut it off. Again, just providing a better safety feature for the person using it. So moving right along here, I can pop my MX Fuel battery right into the next tool, which is our MX Fuel 14-inch cutoff saw. So we're very excited about this. This is a very common gas tool, and it's a very useful tool, right? Whether you're cutting ductile iron pipe or cutting concrete, this is going to get you out of a lot of jams and is, again, a very versatile and great tool to have on the job site. There are some problems that come with these tools, however, in the gas version. If you need to cut in a confined space, you're going to be worried about emissions. And of course, the dangers that brings to the people working with these tools. So with this tool, you're able to get a solution that is not only cordless, but will have 0 emissions. So if you need to make a relief cut in a basement that's already finished, to dig up a cracked pipe, or if you need to cut ductile iron pipe in an area that is not ventilated, feel free to do so with this tool, right? You're not going to have any issues using this indoors, outdoors, wherever you need to use it. Now, a couple other features we have here. If you're cutting concrete, we get some nice rolling wheels on the bottom there. And we also have a water connection for you here as well. So if you want to hook up a water tank to keep that dust down, we provided that option for you. As far as runtime, you can get about 8-inch ductile iron cuts with the 2 batteries included, and you can get a full 5-inch depth of cut with the blade here. So a great option for anybody who's looking to get rid of that gas cutoff saw and have a better solution there. Next, going right down the line. This one we are very excited about. Tailgaters rejoice. This is a great option for a portable power source, and this is the MX Fuel portable power supply. So this here has 3,600 starting watts, and it's going to have 1,800 running watts. So realistically, this is great for powering one 15-amp power tool, and it's best for anybody who's doing intermittent applications. So if you're running a miter saw, if you're running a pipe threader, that's really where this tool is going to thrive. It does get 40 hot meals done in a microwave. So if you are in survival mode or using it for that option, you have the ability to get that type of runtime. For plumbers or pipe fitters, something more realistic to what you're doing, you're able to get 55 1-inch threads done with the 2 batteries that are on this tool here. We're gonna have one on the top, one on the bottom, and they're gonna take the power down sequentially. So you'll start with the top and it'll roll right down to the bottom, giving you the ability to use both batteries when it's running. Now I'm actually gonna turn this on. One of the best features of this tool is that it's very, very quiet. I'm not sure if you guys may even be able to hear it. We might have to get the mic right up to it, but essentially all that you're gonna hear is the fan that's running in this tool, keeping it cool. Great option here. Again, so we're looking to take these common gas tools, these common ported tools, and put those on our own battery platform that you can feel safe using anywhere. The next tool that I want to talk about in this lineup is our MX Fuel drum machine. I'm going to pass that off to Andrew. He's going to tell you a little bit more about that.
Thanks, Eric. Before we do that, I got a real life story with that power source. We lost power last winter, and it just happened to be the coldest day of the year, and it wasn't coming on. And like a complete dope, I of course did not winterize my generator, so that wouldn't start. So and we were told that we weren't going to get power back for about 24 hours. Meanwhile, it was about 20 degrees outside and trending downward, and my house was getting down to 46, 44, 43, and I didn't want my daughters to freeze in the middle of the night. So I had a power source Jared hooked me up with, and brought it down into my basement, fired it up, got a washing machine cable, hooked it right up to my boiler, and I got 8 hours of heat for my kids through the night. I could just leave this right in my basement, no emissions, no worries at all. That was the lifesaver there. So that thing is awesome. Moving on to the next unit. So this is our MX Fuel sewer drum machine. So this guy right here ships with our compact battery, and we are saying that you're going to be able to get a full day's worth of sewers cleaned off this one compact battery. You do see the XC battery here on the power source, and that was also on the cutoff. We don't even ship it because you don't need it, because this one compact battery is going to be able to get all that work done. Some other really cool features about this. This unit right here is a big machine. It's meant for those large sewer laterals. So this guy's going to come with either 5/8 or a 3/4 inch cable. You're going to want to choose that when you do purchase the unit, but that's going to be able to cover anywhere from a 3-inch to 8-inch line, depending on the size cable that you choose. We have a variety of different attachments here. You see, I got my chain knockers listed there. But some other really cool features about this unit is it has the ability to clear up to 200 feet and clear roots at 200 feet. So this thing's definitely got power on just a corded solution. Not only that, you know, in true Milwaukee form, we like to innovate. We see that a lot of guys using this equipment, going down into a basement, having to haul that down and back upstairs. You've got 100 feet of cable in this drum. It's a lot of weight. So what we delivered is on this unit that's powered by battery. We're able to deliver. I don't know if you can get a shot of these tank treads back here, but we call this unit the MX Fuel Sewer Drum Machine with power treads right back here. So these treads right here, I'm going to demonstrate real quick, are going to be able to help climb stairs and give you that assist to be able, so you don't have to throw out your back heaving this upstairs. Simple pull of the trigger activates these treads and will climb right up or downstairs for you, making this a much, much safer solution. You can simply toggle just with a quick flip of the switch here between stair climber mode to drain cleaning mode, and then simply hit the pedal right down here to be able to actuate the spinning of the drum. Now, if you wanted to feed this unit, you would simply actuate the arm here to be able to pull that in or retrieve that out to be able to clear any clog. If for some reason this were to bind up, some of the competitive solutions, a quick twist dial. So if this thing is bound up, you gotta quickly release that. Not with ours, you just smash that. It releases the pressure on that cable to prevent that from causing an even worse situation by snapping that cable or giving somebody an injury. So you can quickly release the grip on that cable. And then if you want to get started again, you simply ratchet right back down and you're ready to go again. So that's our MX Fuel sewer drum machine. We also have a couple of different solutions that we weren't able to bring here to show today. We have an MX Fuel tower light, which is able to put out 27,000 lumens of light off of this one MX Fuel battery. We also have MX Fuel concrete vibrator. So for any of you guys that might be getting into, concrete pouring and be able to, get rid of any bubbles in the concrete there, we have a lot of different solutions. We're just getting started with the MX line. We're super excited to continue to deliver innovation and provide some of that safety component as well. One other thing, talking about the sewer drum machine, one big component of that industry, if that is part of your everyday, is inspection. So another brand new product for us, also on the M18 line, is our M18 pipeline inspection system. So what you see here is our 200-foot reel. So this unit here is able to be used in anywhere between 3-inch to 8-inch lines. We also have a 120-foot reel that's able to operate in 2-inch to 6-inch lines. So the 120-foot obviously has a 120-foot push cable in the drum. This one comes with 200 in the drum. And you see my crude demo here, just the head of the camera is in this pipe. So you see the monitor that we have here. So what's really innovative about this solution is that what you see here is a monitor. You got our hub and our reel. Well, this hub simply disconnects from this reel if I wanted to, just by a pull of this trigger here, and I can remove that and I can quickly put it onto my 120-foot reel. So I only have to get one hub to be able to switch between both. So if I have one job that only, I need to get into a 2-inch line, I can just interchange that hub. And I don't need to buy a full nother setup, which is a lot more dollars because this is not an inexpensive category. Pretty critical, but not inexpensive. So also saving you that those dollars to be able to interchange that that brain of this solution. So what we offer here is, like I said, an M18 solution. A common question you might have is, great, well, I'm recording video, but what happens if my battery dies? It's a great question. So here's the battery. It's in the hub. If you can zoom in on the monitor here, it's still actually recording. So you can see that video feed is still going, but it says replace control hub battery or connect cable to wireless monitor immediately. And we're going to give you 10 minutes. That gives you 10 minutes to throw this battery on a charger and get some more charge out of it to be able to finish your job, or just simply pull it out of your drill or your press tool and slap it right back in. Once you got that going, that little dialog box disappears and you're ready to rock and roll again. Another cool feature is this monitor simply and very easily, thank you, Vanna, disconnects from the unit, and I can set that up in whatever space is easy for me to be able to view it. If you're in a manhole, or if you're just outside an outdoor cleanup for some drainage, maybe having it mounted here isn't the best solution. You can simply pull that off, put it on the ground, put it on wherever it might be convenient for you to be able to view that. Not only that, but it's also M18 powered as well. So some pretty simple and cool navigation that we offered here. So you see that turn dial is going to be your main source for navigating the different mode selectors here, but you have the ability with this unit also to zoom in. So you can zoom in a pipe if you wanted to say, what's this over here? I can't really get a good view of that. You zoom in slightly, you can pan horizontally, and then you can pan vertically and say, okay, that's definitely a crack. I see that now. It's not just a shadow. So we offer some pretty cool feature sets here. I hear this is actually big, pretty simple. It's just a back button. Allows you to go back to that main screen, but I hear some competitive solutions don't offer that, so we threw that in here. You have the ability to record audio or not. It's up to you. Record video simply with the touch of a button, or just take a still. Whenever you want to start a new video or a new still photo, it's going to ask you to start a new job with date and time, so you know exactly what video pertains to which job.
And Andrew, what if a customer doesn't want to use this tablet solution that we have? Are they able to get this video in any other way?
I appreciate that that setup, Jared. So what we're able to offer here is not just a monitor. If you don't like our monitor, that's fine. You don't need it. We're going to offer you a simple to use app which looks and feels exactly like the monitor, just what you may be used to with a tablet or iPhone. So you see here, the iPhone obviously has great resolution. We're recording always in 1080p, and the iPhone or tablet is going to give you a great resolution as well. Instead of having that toggle zoom and pan feature, you just simply pinch to zoom or pinch to move, just like you would be used to with any kind of photo or video that you have. The feature sets are exactly the same. So if you want to brighten up the pipe, it's the same feature set that you see here on the monitor itself. We also have the ability to do line tracing and locating. So if you do have a competitive locator, we are compatible. We do offer some wonderful feature sets on our locator, really simplify that process, simply just giving you an arrow to follow instead of having to, decipher, the two different poles that some competitive solutions have you reading. Just a simple follow the arrow. So that's our M18 the pipeline inspection system. If you guys have any questions, you want to see an in-person demo, hit us up in the chat, and we'd be happy to showcase that for you. But I think Mike's been eager to wrap things up.
Always ready. I don't know if we're going to wrap up
Come
yet.
join us, Mike.
Well, the first compliment I have is you subliminally put on display, and I didn't even realize it until I was standing over there, quite a few prizes that these customers are going to get a chance to earn through their purchases have been strategically placed in your booth.
Some Easter eggs.
Yeah, I
Right
see
around
a
there.
couple radios,
Yeah.
stack outs, some of the stuff that they're going to be able to earn for free
No doubt.
through their purchases of the products that we have on our display. So great night, just 3 tremendous presentations. So proud and excited. Thank you so much to our family members of Viega, Mueller, Streamline, Milwaukee as well. We have a lot of little recapping to go on here. First and foremost is everyone that's present tonight will get an attendance gift, which is compliments of Milwaukee, a Milwaukee logoed umbrella, which is terrific. We'll get those out over the next couple weeks. We'll get them out to you through your outside sales team member or your branch inside salesperson, if that's who you tend to work with. We kind of mentioned it a couple times along the way. We are announcing, going to be distributing after tonight's show, a 4-page Milwaukee Tool special for you. All right. What's wonderful is everything that you saw related to the Viega press, everything you saw related to the Mueller Streamline press, and a lot of the stuff that you demonstrated tonight for us is in here. There's even a couple of products, featured products, that we've lowered the price a little bit on. So there's some good deals going on here for sure. For those of you who are attending tonight, we're going to get this out to you sometime tomorrow. It's going to give you a 3 or 4 day head start from everybody else around the Granite Group, the rest of the customers, who they can follow your lead, and you can make sure that you get in early on all your orders. It'll start tonight. Well, technically it'll start tomorrow when they get the flyer. Start tomorrow when you get the flyer, and you'll have all the way to December to place your orders. And a lot of the great stuff that you have on display here, saw it in the demonstrations, are available to purchase. And then there's some additional prizes that you're going to get from making those purchases during this 6-week period of time. Great job. We also have some instant winners.
We do.
We do. One of the things that we wanted to encourage people to start and stay throughout the entire evening is we have 2 Milwaukee coolers, as well as, I understand, even the Solo is logoed with the Milwaukee logo.
It is Milwaukee everything.
Yeah, including sneakers.
Yep.
Yeah. So what we did was we randomly had 3 numbers. We went to the screen and we picked 3 individuals. We'll get these prizes out. We're going to have 2 people that are going to be winning the coolers, and that is Vic Peretta as well as Mark Smith. I believe Mark Smith is with J. Lawrence Hall, and Vic Peretta is Avonda Air. And the winner of the complimentary Milwaukee logo Solo is Curtis Stake. I think Curtis is local here in the Londonderry, Manchester area as
Awesome.
well. So 3 great people that ended up winning the prizes there. This is so much more to go. Okay. So much more to go because we're just starting the flyer. We're just starting the presentation tonight. We're getting this out to you tomorrow. It's a great opportunity to round out the tools, take advantage of some of the great opportunities you saw, maybe some new business verticals you're not in yet, and you're going to be able to take advantage of now through the presentation. I'm just going to simply wrap up by saying thank you. We appreciate your time tonight on a Thursday night, giving it to us. We certainly wish it was live and in person, but we do our very, very best to make these as beneficial to you and bring you live demonstrations. And I don't think we've had a better example of any of the showcases that we've done to this point. And it's a compliment to the team here. I'm looking out at the group that presented tonight. Tremendous job of live, interactive, making it so much more educational, interesting than just slides. So thank you very much for your prep and your great night tonight. And all of you out there, thank you so much for giving up your evening for us. We always appreciate your time. Anything that you need to see here, by all means, follow up with the representatives you've seen tonight or your local Granite Group person, and we will be more than happy, actually we'd be proud to work with you into the future on anything you saw tonight. From here, thank you so much. This does not happen without a lot of thank yous. And last shout out is to the Granite Group marketing team. We do this entire thing ourselves. It's kind of fun, it's live, and it's certainly really it's proud for me to see some talents that I don't see on a regular basis with my team. So thank you so much to the Granite Group marketing team for your efforts tonight. Everyone, thank you very much. Have a great evening.
Thank you.
Good
Thank
night.
you.